Welcome to How to Home Tech. Want to control what your kids do on their Apple devices? What they watch on their iPad? How much time they spend on their iPhone? What they listen to on their iPad Touch? Who they talk to? Who's been putting thoughts in their head? Well, so did I. Today I'm going to show you how to lock it all down in about 10 minutes from your Mac computer. I'll be using an iPad, but this also works for iPhones, iPads, iPad minis, iPad Touches. If this helps you out, please click like and subscribe. Let's jump right in. Go to Settings and scroll down to Privacy. Go to Location Services. On the bottom, go to System Services and make sure Find My iPad is off. First, you want to go to the App Store on your Mac and download Apple Configurator 2 and install it. And then open up your Apple Configurator 2 with your iPad connected via USB cable to your computer, and it should populate here. Now, this step is going to erase everything on your iPad, so make sure that you have everything backed up. Right click and you want to choose Restore. So while that's restoring, you can actually go up to Apple Configurator, go to Preferences, and one of the first things you're going to need to do is create an organization. So go over to the Organizations tab and hit the plus sign, and then click Next. Now, you're not going to put in your Apple ID here because that's for the device enrollment program, and you have a volume purchasing license or something like that for your school. And since we're just trying to set this up for 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 people, we're going to skip that. So hit the skip button and then just type in a name of whatever, your family name, and hit Next. You're going to generate a new supervision identity because this is going to be a supervised iPad, and click Done. Close that. Now you can actually start making a profile while that's completing. So hit New Profile. I'm going to name mine whatever the name of the iPad is going to be. Now, under Security, controls when the profile can be removed. I don't want anybody to be able to remove it, but only with my authorization. So I'm going to do that and create my password to remove it. And it's never going to be removed. And also, from restrictions, when you're done with the functionality tab, you can go over to Apps and choose which apps you're going to allow. If you're going to allow the browser, I disabled Java and blocked pop-ups. Also restricted some cookies. Go over to the media content, and here you can choose the rating for the apps, or for the movies and TV shows that you're willing to allow. And when you're done with that, you may want to go down here to Content Filter. Click Configure. I'm going to use the built-in Limit Adult Content. But if there are specific things that you want to blacklist, which means things that you definitely don't want to allow, or whitelist places that you want to allow, then you can enter these in here. Now here's something really handy, especially if you have a complicated Wi-Fi password. Go down to Wi-Fi and hit Configure, and then you can put in whatever the name of the Wi-Fi network, and then the security type on your Wi-Fi, I hope, is at least WPA, not WEP. That's very insecure. And then you can either type or copy and paste your password. AirPrint, I actually do want this to be able to print, so I'm going to under printers hit the plus sign because there's nothing there right now, and I'm going to configure the one that it already found. And that way it can be able to print something out if needed. But if you don't want it to be able to print, then you don't have to. On the lock screen, you can put your phone number in case their kid loses the iPad. It will display on the lock screen. And here under web clips, you can actually configure common URLs they might go to. Like for instance, some things that are actually educational. Okay, so when you're done with that, go up to File and hit Save, and save it in a location that you can get to it, and then you can close that. Our iPad should have been restored by now to its original configuration. So go to Blueprints, go to Edit Blueprints, and we're going to want to go down here, the bottom left, and click New to make a new blueprint, and we're going to type that. We're going to make that the same name as what we called the configuration. On here, we're going to right click and we can add applications. These are free applications. If they're paid applications, then you need to have a certain number of licenses available, usually through the volume purchasing program that we don't have because we're not a teacher or an organization. And from here you can add different apps that you want to. You can add them one at a time, or by hitting Command and clicking, you can select many at the same time. And hit Add. Now right click again and hit Profiles, and we are going to upload, add the profile. We're going to go back and modify our wallpapers. Hit Apply. So also in this part, you want to go down to Advanced and hit Save Unlock Token. And if you want to see exactly what changes your profile is going to make, you right click and go to Get Info, and here we go. We can see how much storage we're going to be using for apps. If there are too many apps and not enough storage, well then you know you're going to have to remove some of those apps that you loaded, or it's not going to finish loading on your iPad and you're not going to be able to finish setting it up. Go to Apps, and here's all the apps that you are going to put on there and your profile. Now at this point, simply hit Done. Go back to the device, click on it to open it up. Here you can see that there are no apps and no profiles, so we need to fix that. So first we need to prepare it. And we're going to prepare it. We are not in an automated enrollment program. That's for schools and businesses, so stick with manual configuration and make sure these two things are checked: supervised devices and allow devices to pair. Hit Next. Do not enroll in MDM. Hit Next again. Your organization is going to be, make sure it's the organization that you created earlier, and hit Next. Now, Setup Assistant is going to show some steps after you set up the iPad. Hit Prepare. But after it's prepared and it's supervised, then you should just be able to go to Blueprints and apply the blueprint that we made. It's important that you do not touch your iPad while this process is going on. Do not try to set anything up. Let the configurator take care of everything. Now once you have your iPad set up, it should load straight into your home screen and how you set everything up. And something else that you can do, go to settings. There's a little feature in here called screen time under settings. You can set how much time your kid spends on your iPad. You can choose other things. Now something else you can do to further lock it down, swipe down in the upper right corner of your screen to open up the control center and press the one that says, looks like a clock. And here we can put a handy dandy reminder to tell your kid when their bedtime is. So now it's all set. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. In my next video, I'll show you how to even further lock it down so that your kids stay off the internet no matter what device they're on, using your home router with DDWRT installed. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please click like and subscribe. Till next time.